Hello and welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to be talking about apple cider vinegar. Now you hopefully will have seen some of my recent videos where I made apple cider here. Apples are a fantastic free resource. I have several apple trees myself. They're quite young though, probably only about 10 years old, so not a huge amount of fruit, but I've neighbours up the road and friends around and about, and I can get almost as much apples as I would ever need in any given year. So, you've got apples for baking, you can make apple sauce, apple chutney, put some apples into some of my sausage recipes, make cider of course, and also then apple cider vinegar, one of the great benefits of making your own apple cider. Now there are a couple of different methods of making apple cider vinegar. One of them, and the more common one probably, is where you chop up some apples, pop them in a jar, cover them with water, add some sugar, and let nature take its course. Nature taking its course means that the acetic bacteria that are present in the atmosphere and they're on skins of fruit all around us do their work in conjunction with the wild yeast. So the yeast converts the sugar into alcohol, and the acetic bacteria then convert the alcohol into vinegar. So you have apple cider vinegar. The only reservation I have about that is you're actually making vinegar from the sugar and water, probably more than the apple juice. When you press your own juice and you make your own cider, you know that all of the vinegar has been converted from the alcohol in the cider itself. So I have here a jar of apple cider vinegar that I made this year, and simply the best way to do it is take some freshly made cider and add to that some mother of vinegar. So the easiest and most straightforward way of obtaining mother of vinegar, if you're doing it for the first time, is to go to a store and buy a good brand of apple cider vinegar, raw apple cider vinegar with the mother. And that's what you need to be looking for on the label. Add some of that, so probably start off with about a 50-50 ratio, and you can increase then the apple cider that you add to that over a period of a couple of weeks. And then leave it in a warm place. And I started this a number of weeks ago, and particularly for the first month it should be quite warm, so kind of summer temperatures. In a hot cupboard if you can. Might make your clothes smell of vinegar, but either ways, after about 12 weeks it should be done. So here we have the jar of apple cider vinegar, and during the process of the converting the cider into vinegar, it needs to be in an open vessel. So I just placed this cheesecloth on top of it and held it in place with an elastic, a rubber band. And the reason for the cloth is basically to keep all the little flies around. During the summertime we've got heaps of fruit flies or vinegar flies, and they're just so attracted to this. So I have it nicely out of the way and in a warm place. 10-12 weeks later we'll remove the cover. Now I did obviously check on it during the time, but on top you're going to see here we have the mother of vinegar, which is a gelatinous substance which is formed on the top. I don't know if you can see that there. Now I don't want to disturb it too much that it's going to sink, because it will sink. I'm going to try and siphon some of that off. I'm going to have a little taste first. So here we go. Wow, that's very acetic. Very, very acetic. So, my goodness, very good, very flavoursome. So, the thing about apple cider is the alcohol content of it is around about 5 to 6% by volume, if you don't add any sugar to it. So if you're making wine vinegar, for example, where it would have kind of 10, 11, 12%, you need to dilute that. So apple cider is actually the perfect range, the perfect amount of alcohol for the acetic acid, the acetic bacteria to do its work properly. So it's delicious. It has no off flavors. It's just really, really good. Yeah, very sour, very acid. So what we do with that now, after this period of time, that needs to be transferred from this into an airtight container or an airtight bottle. So I have some bottles ready here, and I'm going to get a tube, and here we go. And pop the tube in gently down and try not to disturb the mother too much. Mama don't like being disturbed, and if you'll excuse this method. Wow. And we just siphon that there. You can't see it, slightly out of shot. But the bottle fills up, and what we're left with, what we got then is some lovely apple cider vinegar, airtight cap on it now, and that will keep for quite a while. I usually make really enough that will do for me and give to some friends and neighbours around for their kind donations. Has so many purposes, so many uses in the house. You can read tons about it online, but it has tremendous health benefits. It's reputed to be very effective with weight loss, reputed to be very helpful with reducing cholesterol in your arteries, with dealing with blood sugar levels, helping a good gut flora, good kind of ratio between good and bad bacteria. It's extremely good, it's also used in cleaning. It has 101 uses, and there's lots written about it, so I'm not going to tell you all about that here and now. I just basically want to show you how it's made. So you've seen how to make the cider. The next step is just so easy. You simply put the cider in a jar. You could wait until it happens naturally, but it will take months. So to have it months longer rather, to have it done in kind of 2.5, 3 months, add some store-bought Bragg's. There are a few brands that you'll find in pharmacies and drugstores and supermarket shelves. Add some of that to it. I usually start off with kind of a 50-50 ratio, but I don't think it matters too much if you've got a good glug of the mother in there. It will do its work, and if the weather is right, particularly the first 4 weeks, you want to be shooting for around 20 to 30 degrees Celsius, and then it's going to get going really fast, and you can reduce the heat then. And when I started kind of in September or so, there's still quite a little bit of heat in the atmosphere, so you don't need to give it any extra heat. By the time you kind of rock around to October, it's cooled down a little bit. It's fine then. It's started its process, and it's going strong. By the time you hit kind of end of November, she's good to go, and you can bottle away and store it then for the rest of the year. So that's all I have for you today, and thanks a million for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe, and send your comments, please. It'd be lovely to hear from some of you that are watching these videos, and we'll talk again soon. Bye bye.